Hey, this is Peter Dankelson from Pete's Diary. Welcome back to another episode of this Greg Rundown series. And today, I'm going to talk to you guys about my 1978 Fender Stratocaster. So there's a pretty cool story behind this guitar. I say that about a lot of that, but they are, to me at least, they're pretty cool. So I actually got this one in fall of 2020. I remember that really well. Basically, it was kind of hard to describe because I didn't really have much to do with it, but basically somebody had reached out. His name's Corey Dubrava on Twitter. And he said, Mom runs the Pete's Diary account on Twitter, so I didn't see the message. So it was a total surprise. But basically, Corey wanted to send me a guitar. It's like, I think the story kind of goes, what would Pete, want to check out and play, settled on this Fender Stratocaster. So just one day in the mail, this package shows up, and this is inside, and I was completely blown away. Mom filled me in on the story of Corey and how he wanted to send this guitar, and I was very surprised and very honored. Yeah, it's really cool. And I mean, it's definitely a 70s Strat, with the big headstock, and I think they call it a bullet truss rod. Somebody can let me know. It's been a while since I've looked up, 70s Strat specs, but I believe this is called a bullet truss rod cover or truss rod. Somebody just let me know. But the big Fender headstock, and the yellow is pretty cool as well. It wouldn't have been like what I would have settled on, but it's kind of like it's kind of cool that it popped up, and it's got all of these cool kind of it's beat up a little bit. Like it's kind of started to whiten up down here, or maybe it was white and it went to yellow. I have no idea. And, even with the back of the, where the neck meets the body, it's got that, it's not your typical, four, or a square, cover. And the back plates, on it as well. So, it's a really fun guitar, really, really cool guitar, really great sounding Strat. Yeah. So, I mean, what I use this on is, it's the sound of a Stratocaster. So, anything, from a lot of my favorite players that use Strats, of course, Jimi Hendrix, Rory Gallagher is a big one. Those are kind of the primary ones that fly into my head. Stevie Ray Vaughan, of course, Jeff Beck. I mean, there's so many great players that, use the Strat. I mean, it's such an iconic sound, especially, that neck pickup on a Strat, a neck pickup on a Strat. I mean, it's such an iconic tone. And even like, I think sometimes, the bridge pickup can get a bit high-endy and bitey, but like, Roy Gallagher kind of put that to good use, So, I mean, all these different sounds, from the, with the pickup selector, and I mean, it's an iconic tone. It's a really great sound. It's always very inspiring to play. So, as far as I know, nothing's been changed or modified, but again, I honestly don't know. But also something else that I do know is that the neck pickup is really hot. Or it might be overwound or something. I honestly don't know, but I know it's louder than the other two pickups. So that's something that I'm consciously aware of. When I move to the neck pickup, it's going to be it's going to sound a lot louder than the other pickups. So that's kind of cool. So, overall with the Strat, it's such an iconic sounding guitar. It's such a, unique sounding guitar too. I mean, especially, you have all those iconic, sweet, neck pickup sounds. You think of like all those Hendrix sounding, embellishments, like I said, Stevie Ray Vaughan, David Gilmour, all of these different, great, Strat tones that I think we all think of, with this guitar. The bridge pickup, it's got some bite to it, but, it's got such a great sound too. Like I said, Rory Gallagher. And I love, those in-between positions as well. I don't know how you describe it. Quacky. I think I've heard that to kind of describe before. But, that in-between sound just has a really great, kind of a cool kind of bite to it as well. So, Strat is such an iconic sounding guitar. It's something, every guitar player should have in their collection to reach for when they need to. And yeah, this is a great one. Love how it sounds, love how it plays, and love all the different, inspiring sounds you can get out of it. So, thanks again for tuning in to this episode of the Rig Rundown, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for tuning in, and take care.